what's happening, everybody? This is Plum Darkness. As of now, it's still Plum Darkness. Well, but the channel's called Plum Darkness. Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Plum Darkness. As of now, it's still Plum Darkness. Well, but the channel's called Plum Darkness. Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Plum Darkness. As of now, it's still Plum Darkness. Well, but the channel's called Plum Darkness. Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Plum Darkness. As of now, it's still Plum Darkness. Well,
hey everybody, what's happening? Plum Darkness here. I'm back with another video. So anyways, just posted, by the way, the Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 gameplay. So it's a little longer. Do some discussion, but mainly it's just, just about gameplay. And that's going to be up there. Post the link right there. It's also be in the description down below. Feel free to check that out. Comment, see what you guys think. It's a really great game. But today I'm going to do, we're going to have some gameplay. I'm going to talk over some gameplay, I should say. I wanted to talk about Dark Souls, but more specifically, I wanted to talk about Dark Souls communities and this whole concept called Get Good. So, where that kind of originates from. So this gameplay is going to be of Dark Souls 1. This is the Prepare to Die edition. So I have all the, the Souls games, but I decided to go with the OG, not Demon Souls, but Dark Souls, which I think this is where kind of the Get Good came from, where it started, and it broke out, from that point on. And I wanted to play this version because this is like the OG version, the version you would get on Xbox 360 or PS3. This is my favorite version compared over to the remaster version, even though I do like remastered in the sense of like the performance wise. But other than that, I prefer Dark Souls 1 original. Same thing with like Dark Souls 2. I like original Dark Souls 2, not the Scholar Edition. But anyways, so here's some some gameplay. I'm gonna be talking over the gameplay, so it'll be a little bit quiet in the gameplay, so you can hear more of what I'm talking about. Thank you guys. Thank you DJ again for commenting and watching the video. Seems to be the only one, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. I mean, one is better than none. For sure. Although, by the way, too, you see here, got my Sunbro necklace on, and yeah. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. We'll talk about some Dark Souls and the bunch of session. Really just about the Get Good concept, and then we'll talk about how toxic the community is in Dark Souls, and kind of where it is today, actually, because of Elden Ring and things like that. Actually, I think it's gotten a lot better. The community and the whole Get Good thing has kind of disappeared. But anyways, we'll talk about that over the video, and we'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, everybody, this is Plum Darkness here. So we're starting up a new game of Dark Souls. This is Prepare to Die edition. So we are making a new character called Get Good, and I think this is exactly how it's kind of spelled, the whole idea of Get Good. So I guess we should just start with what is Get Good? What does that mean? Obviously, Get Good means getting good at the game. So Dark Souls, I think, was the one that really kind of began. Even though Demon Souls had a online multiplayer component, and there's definitely there's a PvP aspect to it with invasions and whatnot, but I don't think it really lifted off with this Get Good concept to Dark Souls 1. So I think there's a big implication that when you say Get Good, there's some sense of pride in this game. So as everyone have heard, have maybe seen from Elden Ring more recently, but either from like Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro is a single player game for the most part, that the games are very difficult. And it's very intentional too. I mean, it's not difficult, in spite to make, to kind of make fun of other games for being easy. No, it's just the idea that Miyazaki, the creator of the producer of these games, would have that you learn through hardship. So you enjoy the game and get better through hardship, and you kind of overcome obstacles and things like that. So it's very reminiscent of what your character is going through throughout the game, in a sense that you're this character that starts at level 1 or level 10. You're a very low level character, and you're going through this very difficult world, fighting enemies that seem very difficult from the beginning of the game. And that's actually a really cool concept too of the games, because the game kind of does get easier as you go, but it doesn't. Depending on your play style, the game can be very consistently difficult throughout the whole game, or it could be really difficult at the beginning and it gets easier, or it can start off difficult, or it can be just difficult all the way across. It just depending on your play style, and just kind of cool though. But anyways, Get Good kind of rose from that because with the sense of having these games being difficult compared to other games, I think a lot of players felt entitled a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a lot. When it came to like beating these games, so much so actually, this is where the whole sorcery kind of joke came out from, because people would beat this game, but then even beat within the whole concept of beating the game, it was like, oh, how did you beat the game? Did you beat it from being standing afar, using magic, which is very overpowered in this most, if not all, the Souls games, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, or did you do it up close, which was kind of like now it becomes more of like a, I wouldn't say elitist, but just definitely just more a sense of more pride, I would say, or challenge to say if you were doing a magic build versus a melee build, which they're all great builds. It just depends on, and again, it's all based on your play style, I would say, and it goes way before Dark Souls. It goes for any RPG. If you notice, play any RPG, Final Fantasy. If you guys are a tabletop, kind of gamer. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was in high school, and I really realized that like the rogues, the people that were behind with the bows and arrows, and then people were using the magic spells, are definitely more powered in terms of like damage, and they weren't up close taking the brunt of the damage, as opposed to like some of like the fighters and the clerics and whatnot, and paladins. So it was kind of like the sense of jealousy you'd get. You felt it from those games, like, oh my, when you're playing with other people, or you're playing like Final Fantasy, you realize that, okay, your mage is doing all this damage, but your warrior is taking all the brunt of the damage, and they're dying more and more. You saw that, and it's just a different type of challenge, because obviously the sorcery build, if they get hit though, I mean they're down, right? As opposed to the warrior can take a couple more hits. So it's just kind of a trade-off, and so that that was the joke though, like, because this game was particularly difficult. It was like, oh, you use sorcery, that's not really beating the game. That's like easy mode, blah ha ha ha. And I gotta admit that I actually joined part of that too. So I think stems from that, and just all the other challenges the game came across, is that that this Get Good came out. I don't even know if it was spelled that way, but it was definitely, it was thrown across YouTube and on online boards and all that. That people would complain, oh my god, this game's so hard. I need help. And that's for the players, that were having a challenge, which most people were having challenges in the game, and then the people that were kind of like, oh my god, they got really good at the game, would use it as a bragging right. And that's where Get Good kind of goes to. It's like Get Good was used by people who were, I wouldn't say pros at it, but they were good enough to beat the game, maybe several times. And the idea was that other players that were complaining about the difficulty, or say bitching about the difficulty, I should say, dying a lot, and asking for help for bosses that they thought that were really easy. Why do you need help for? That's where the Get Good was started being used. You need to get good, dude, get better, And I will say, like, Dark Souls, one was definitely particularly the one that would start it, because it continued on to Dark Souls 2, especially Dark Souls 2, with PvP being even like a bigger component than I would say Dark Souls 1. PvP was very popular in Dark Souls 2. If you guys know, PvP was player versus player. Dark Souls is known for. So there's a couple different components. You can play the game offline, right, or single player, or you can be, in a lot of these cases, you can pop humanity and you become human, right, and basically puts you into an online mode where other players, you can summon other players into your world to help you, or you can invade other players' worlds. You can actually do that from being undead, but it's saying that you're susceptible to being invaded by people. Once you are pop that humanity, and it continues in Dark Souls 2, and they have it in Dark Souls 3 as Embered. But same concept, and Bloodborne has the same thing too as well, or similar thing. Instead of popping humanity, you ring a bell, use insight, and you open yourself up to a world of invaders, and you can help people, things like that. So you can play the game definitely by yourself. You can summon NPC co-ops, helpers, summoners, as like Solaire, for example, or you can summon actual people in your world, or you can get invaded by people, and then that's that PvP aspect. So a lot of that to get good thing came from like, how good are you in PvP? And as you can see, a lot of videos over the years, people are really good in PvP. They make builds based on PvP, fighting against another player, as opposed to fighting against regular enemies, which they would call that PvE. If you ever played WoW, you would know, what that means and everything. So, what was I say? Anyways, so continuing on throughout all the games, and this whole get good thing. So Dark Souls 2, the get good continuing along, especially because the PvP was more rampant, and Bloodborne had it, and invasions and that kind of things, and and being invaded and all that stuff. And Bloodborne was particularly more intense because of the amount of heals you can have. Makes battles last longer, or they can end really quickly depending on your build. So, anyways, Get Good continues. I think it was kind of thing that brought a lot of people into the game too. But people were particularly nasty, I would say, around Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. You would just see it across. I remember when PlayStation would have, used to have communities. You can use, you can join throughout the console or the app on PS4, and I think PS4 had the communities, and there's a lot of Dark Souls communities. Of course, you always go on Discord out, but just the amount of this toxicity, the negativity you would see on these communities was atrocious. And I mean, I think it was particularly bad with Dark Souls because there was that sense of pride when it comes to these games, because they're so difficult, and it was like a trophy almost. It's like, hey, it's like I'm having a good time in this game. It's an easy game. I'm beating this game like crazy. How could let me use this opportunity. You're not saying this out loud, of course, but let me use this opportunity to show that I'm better than these other people that are bitching and complaining about the difficulty. People were really particularly nasty online, and I mean, again, it's particularly I think it's even more so with these games. But again, it's the internet, social media. I mean, that's something we can discuss. Probably it's more something I want to discuss on my other channel, which goes into more in those kind of non-game related topics. But with the toxicity and the negativity you see on social media, where people just have this whole sense of ambiguity, not people don't know who they really are. They can be another person that kind of aids to it. But the get good definitely, the idea of get good, the idea of you need to get better at this game, or you should not play this game, or you should shut up. It just permeated throughout all the games, and I think it peaked probably in Dark Souls 3, because Sekiro really didn't have the online component, and then I think Elden Ring, it died down a little bit, and we'll get to that in a second here. But talking about why or how I should say how it died down. But I don't really think that I don't see me. I think I did join that a little bit at the beginning of Demon Souls, because let me tell you about my Demon Souls story. Is that Demon Souls was a game I randomly picked up when I was living down in Florida, and I just got my PS3, the big bulky PS3, and I think it was like a 40 gig or 20 gig one. But anyways, I picked it up randomly because I didn't, it's still by that point where it's like Twitch wasn't around, and you maybe saw a trailer, and if you had a Game Informer magazine, you maybe saw some gameplay, you maybe saw some pictures of it, but it's still one of those games where you grab the case, you look at the case, look at the front, you look at the back, you look at the pictures, and it was like, oh, okay, cool, let me grab it. That's what I did, and I grabbed it, and Demon Souls was stupidly difficult, and I kind of just, I died at launch. I got a little bit far, and I stopped playing it. By the way, you died. Yeah, it happens a lot during this gameplay. Anyways, I put it down. I put the game down after finding it so difficult. I was one of those guys that quit, right? And it actually helped me a little bit. Quitting the game, because I came back to it about 6 months later, and then I played it again, and I got a lot further. And I also have a buddy of mine who I used to call like the Souls Guru, because. By the time he helped me out a little bit with it, but he helped me out a lot when Dark Souls 1 came out. So there's 2 games really in the series by that point, and he helped me out a lot. But I used to call him a Souls Guru. But we came back and we did some co-op and stuff with Demon Souls, and it was really cool. And he helped me out this game too as well, because if I played Dark Souls 1. I was a little bit better at it, but still sucked. Like, the way I'm playing right now is like definitely wasn't the way I was playing in the beginning. And I'm not even a pro at this game, and I don't want to brag. I'm not a person to brag at all. I try not to, at least. But this game was stupid difficult, for me. And what I'm doing now, this path here, I never would have taken this path in the beginning. I went the normal ass path, I don't know about iframes and really, I didn't even start parrying until maybe, by the time Dark Souls 2 came out. I parried a little bit, but I never really parried. I still was typically sword and shield, because I used to always play sword and shield. I didn't really experiment too much with sorcery. I did some pyromancy, because pyromancy is kind of easy to use in this game. Very basic, so I use pyromancy, but again, it's like the same. What I'm trying to say is I'm not the best at this game. Still to this day, I'm not the best at this game. I did beat Elden Ring quite a bit, but again, you get used to the formula. It's very fun, and that's what I want to get at. We're gonna kind of talk about is in the beginning of these games, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2. There was this sense that you could not play this game. You could not play these games casual, but you could play those games casual. You can play those games casually. You can have fun with the games, but when it came, especially when it came around when Twitch and streaming came around, and there you go, died again. And a lot of YouTube videos popped up, and it was like people felt obligated. People felt weird because they this regular casual players, which again, I don't think there's that many casual players out there anymore, at least the ones that are streaming. But you couldn't play the game casually. You died a lot. You're ridiculed online for dying a lot. You're frowned upon. You got the Get Good people telling you to get good, and it was very discouraging to play these games. And that's why I think that's why another evidence to show that this game's been picking up. These kind of games have been picking up in popularity, and the Get Good thing has been going away, is because the popularity of these games. Because even by the time I think Dark Souls 2 was around, these games still weren't mainstreamed. I mean, there's definitely a huge amount of people playing it. I would say a good number of people, but it wasn't something on the level of Call of Duty, or it wasn't something along the lines of Fortnite, and some of these larger games, the more popular games you see today. People were still prefer to play those other games than a game like Dark Souls. Or Dark Souls 2. Now, in Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne came around. They picked up a lot, and I would say thanks a lot to Twitch. But the level of that confidence, that arrogance, that Get Good thing went away a little bit, because more and more people are playing it now. Now it's now that the game is becoming more and more mainstreamed, I think now that good went away, and it's probably I would say it's a good connection. As soon as the game became more popularized and more mainstream, Get Good went away, because now this wasn't just a niche series, it wasn't a niche game or a niche concept this niche concept of having a game that's super difficult, learning curve, is huge, and you had to get good or leave the game. Like, that started going away because people started realizing that, since some people started playing it more and more, and realized that, hey, you can have fun in this game, and I felt that too a little bit when I was playing, like, the Bloodborne, especially when Bloodborne came around, and then afterwards Dark Souls 3. But Bloodborne, it's like I really felt that I was having a lot of fun in these games. I wasn't just taking these games. Hero died again. I wasn't just playing these games just for the challenge, but I was playing these games, and now I was experimenting more. I was doing more builds. I was doing, I went back to the Dark Souls and even played Demon Souls, and I tried different builds and stuff, experimenting with, because I was having more fun with the game now, because I felt more comfortable myself playing these games and playing them on Twitch or streaming, posting YouTube videos on it. And I didn't really, I felt less and less, worried about what others were thinking about, like, oh, or do they think I'm shitty at this game? Because I think, again, I was stream, when I used to stream, like Elden Ring, or any of those Souls games, or Bloodborne, I will die so many times. Die so many times, and people are so comfortable now, with it, that they'll put death counters on their streams, and there'll be like deaths in the hundreds, and people don't care. Like the person streaming, well, others think, really, obviously there's still the hardcore people out there, the people that do the zero hit runs, and those are like a really small percentage of the players that play Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all that other stuff, all the other games in the series. There's more and more people now playing this game mainstream and having a more fun time playing it, and especially evident in Elden Ring. So many people, especially, all these streamers that you'll never see play any of the Souls games, or Bloodborne and Sekiro. Never seen them play before. All of a sudden now we're playing Elden Ring, and of course a lot of them, were frustrated. Some of them quit, like Dr. Disrespect. That was really funny. But you saw him, all these streamers, they played these games, they streamed them. Maybe they did play the games before, but they never streamed them before. I gotta take a hit there. Yeah, God, I hate that dragon tail. The hitbox on it is crazy. Anyways, but now I've seen all these streamers play it, and at first I was like, these guys are just doing it because it's the trend. And it is true that it was a trend to play Elden Ring. Still to this day, all the people, well, I don't follow anymore, but if you go on Twitch right now and you look up Elden Ring, you'll see all these people playing Elden Ring. You still have the Fortnite people and all that, but you have these people playing Elden Ring like constantly. But it shows how popular and great the game is. And I hope people go back to the other games and play them, and find how great and fun these games can be. And you can be casual with these games. And that's why I hope that one day people will get back to playing casually. Because, like I mentioned before in older YouTube videos, and even on Twitch, is that the whole casual gamer thing, people don't seem to be interested in. People want you to be like really good at the game, expert at the game, know what you're doing. Don't want to, they don't want to. They're not interested in watching someone who doesn't know what they're doing. They want to know what was someone who knows what they're doing. But hopefully, when more in years to come, people will start being a little more casual. People stop trying to be a professional gamer. Everyone's gonna be a professional gamer at this. Again, I've been playing these games since 2009, the Souls games. Even before that, I was playing Kingsfield, which is like the predecessor to all these games. And but I'm kind of glad. I'm glad that people have now definitely see these games, see the greatness that these games can show. And but anyways, so to kind of recap here, so because the Get Good thing started when these games, as people found them to be really difficult, and the challenge and the challenge of it, and the reward that came from the challenge, and then the pride started kicking in, the get good thing started kicking in by Dark Souls, and then it kind of permeated up until around Elden Ring, or I would say, or Bloodborne. And then as the mainstream success of these games started to really show, especially thanks to Twitch and YouTube, you see me do the dupe here. I'm so glad. That's also one reason why I played the Prepare to Die edition. So because they still have the dupe patch, or it's not patched yet. So anyways, yeah, by the time these games pick up mainstream success, the get good people started going away, but you still see them. You still see them on the YouTube comments and the Twitch comments, but it's less and less, and now those people are actually a little bit frowned upon by most people. I used to see them. Good or bad thing, I don't know. I don't think people should be bullied because they still what they believe in. But anyways, that's for another topic for another discussion there. But anyways, that's what I kind of want to talk about here. Hope you guys enjoy the video and tell me what you guys think. Do you guys play any of the Souls games at all? Have you played any of the Souls games? What's your favorite Souls game? By Souls, I mean any of the Soulsborne games, and Sekiro and Elden Ring. So, anyways, yeah, cool. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys, learn something, or maybe, if you didn't learn anything, that's fine. Feel free to comment. I want to hear what you guys think. So, what do we think about this Get Good thing? I mean, it's gone away. It's going away. It's not still there. But what do you guys think about the communities? Do you guys play the Souls games, or have you guys played Demon Souls, or Kingsfield, or Bloodborne, or Sekiro, or Elden Ring? Everyone's been playing Elden Ring. It's streaming like crazy. And it's a great game, but very time consuming, of course, but you definitely see the I think the toxic community kind of maybe a little bit going away when it comes to the get good stuff. People are being a little more casual about it, which is great. I think it should have been like that from the beginning, but it took from 2011 really, kind of started maybe, I say 2011, that's when Dark Souls came out. Demon Souls came out in 2009. So, it took like over 10 years, but but we're getting there. So anyways, appreciate you guys. I just posted today again that Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 video for gameplay. It's in the description. Feel free to look at that as well. Comment. I think the next video we're going to be looking at is possibly, I'm either going to do another lore video, or a retrospective on like maybe Resident Evil, or we actually talk more into a concept, kind of like today, or a trend in gaming that I may or may not like, depending on which trend it is. So anyways, guys, appreciate it so much, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Plum Darkness. As of now, it's still Plum Darkness. Well, but the channel's called Plum Darkness. Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Plum Darkness. As of now, it's still Plum Darkness. Well, but the channel's called Plum Darkness. Hey, what's happening, everybody?